10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I told you.
Nah.
Yes, people. What are we saying? Chelsea back in the cup. Rich as giveaways. I know everyone's salty as well. You all can hold that. Unfortunately, you've only got this season before we make our return. I just wanted to remind everyone that we're back. We're gargantuan. And for 2 weeks, we're still champions of Europe. No, champions of the world. Champions of the world. Big up, everybody.
You've had that fucking title forever, bro. I'm not going to lie. That is the longest.
If Hazard wins it, I'm going to say it's back-to-back for Chelsea. Personally.
But also, you said next we've got 6 more months to go. What? So you're saying with all these players, you're still doing fuck all in the Champions League, yeah?
Probably. I've still got no hope for this season. Give me my 11 points and we're good. I'm moving on to next season. This is pre-season.
Why is 11 points?
Safety.
40.
11 points to 40. And then we're good.
Wow,
and I'm signing out.
Yeah. Is that where we're
at?
That's
£600 million
That's where I've been at.
I've
been here all season.
Get your tracking money that you earned from your video yesterday back in your bank, man. Come on, man. All right, we get it. We get it. Big time.
But still hold that. Hold that.
Callum, this is what I needed, right? Because when you first invited me to start coming on Kop-Ish, yeah, I'd heard a lot about this Carefree Lewis and about like, I'd seen pictures of him with these fucking belts and everything, right? And this was like probably about March, April time last year, and every show he'd just be there, sad, sometimes not on camera. And I'm thinking, this is not the guy. Look at the size of his fucking glass, for fuck's sake. We drink orange juice. Look at. So it's nice to meet this Lewis. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you too, my friend. It's nice to feel like we can spend money again. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. We got a 3-year rebuild, and we're gonna do it in 1 year. It's unbelievable. Todd Bowley, Egbali, Joe Shields, Paul Winstanley, take a bow, son. Take a bow. I'm proud of you guys.
You know what's mad, yeah? It's going to be, as soon as they lose to Fulham tomorrow on Friday, we're going to see a Lewis rant again that goes viral.
Oh, I won't care, bro. I won't care. We're still going to get our 11 points, so I'm fine. It's next season. As long as we win away at Arsenal and hopefully cost them the league title, I'm fine.
Do you know, Kendall, do you know what he's doing that is good for us, though, right? All of a sudden, I feel like we can spend a bit more again now, yeah. And
we'll spend, right, because in the first people are going to look at it as like Chelsea. Like when FFP rules start coming in again, they're going to be like, right, let's go and investigate that bloody Bowley and his little money pals. And I'm just going to be sitting there like,
as long as we like, if they spend 150 on a player, we'll spend 140, and we'll just stay below the radar.
Nay bother.
But we are on course to look. Man United again bought, City or City. Newcastle got mad funds. Chelsea had got Todd B up in a bitch. And then
richest club in the world, please. Thank you.
You don't need bare billions to run a club, anyways. And then obviously you got Arsenal flipping. What's it called? Then you got Arsenal doing their thing. We're on course to having a great season next season. Liverpool can't talk too much. David Lynch said you're looking for investment.
He's going to come and scoop up that money. That Lewis is all over. Go spend on a midfielder.
David Lynch, the business insider man, obviously said you're only looking for investment, not even a takeover. Liverpool, straight 10th, Yo.
Oh, bro. The mud is muddy at the moment. The mud is muddy. But we are going to get into that.
Where loyalties really get proven, though. That's what I'll say.
No, it's true. It's true.
In what sense?
It's true.
Yeah, what loyalties?
Bro, listen, it will separate the weak from the... Yeah, it will. It will.
Love it. I love it.
I bet you
Chelsea are due to get more fans again, probably.
It's funny that it was only...
More fans, more funds, more players, more everything. I'm fine.
You can't really get more players, bro. Your stadium's not big enough for them all, for fuck's sake.
So far, Todd DiBiase is going to work on that too. Don't worry.
Tom Boy's gonna build like a floating stadium to get past like the planning restrictions and that. He's gonna be like, let's just build a spaceship stadium. Like that's like, it's just like.
Wait. Hey, Lewis, have you heard of the new Enzo chant as well?
No, what's the new Enzo chant?
Chelsea.
What a chant.
The mad thing is, Eunice said yesterday that when you become a Chelsea member now, the board are giving you a free pair of sunglasses, a suit, and advances, money advances, right? And then Lewis turns up actually wearing a suit and sunglasses.
What did the season ticket holders get? That's what I want to know.
Lewis is looking like one of the
Bro, you get a yard in you get a yard in Fulham probably with a butler.
Right, we are going to get onto transfers and all that, but we start with a story that broke today. Not the best of stories, but you've seen as it's one of the big clubs. We all speak about it. It's a story about Mason Greenwood. The charges on his allegations were dropped today. This is a bit of a mad one. I know some people are going to be saying, why are we even talking about it? We've kind of got to talk about it. He's playing for the biggest club in the league and one of the biggest in the world. Kaz, not to put you on the spot, but obviously it's your club. When the news came out, like, what were you thinking, man? I think everyone kind of united on this front, but what was your thoughts as a Man United fan and the spotlight is putting on your club?
It's quite simple. Keep him away from my club. For his allegations, obviously not to say anything like what he is or what he isn't, allegedly. So we're gonna roll with that one today.
Yeah, that's gonna be a buzzword. Allegedly.
So I always put it, keep the same energy for every type of player. Just because he's a great player, great potential. Let's say that was Maguire. Let's say that was someone even worse, like Scott McTominay. Let's go even further down, and anyone at the Chelsea Football Club. So if it was any of
Imagine
them,
if it was Pogba.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The energy would be so different, right? It's just because of the person that he is and what he's capable. And it's like innocent till proven guilty, all that yada yada yada. Drop charges does not mean you're guilty, like, or not guilty, right? It's just been dropped, bro. So I get it, innocent till proven guilty, but on a human element, right? So to keep it short and sweet, I don't care what the law has to say. The law hasn't done much for me in my life, if I'm being totally honest, because the law hasn't exactly done right by every single person. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure the law has. So I'm not going to discredit them because it is where it is. But if you're from London, you know. So, and if you're actually from anywhere in any city life, you know what it's like. Trust me, especially of people of different demographics and stuff. So on that, if you take that away and you think of it or in a matter of that, if that was any person that's close to you, right, whether it's male or female, yeah, but I'm gonna say it from my perspective because she's a woman, right? That's my mum, my auntie, or a female that I'm close with. How are you gonna feel? You still want that person to play for that football club, right? Because we all heard the voice note, so you can say evidence, this, that, and the other. But for me, I heard what I heard, right? I know it was him. Don't give me the role playing stuff because it wasn't role play. You don't tell people effing and blinding on a voice note if you're role playing, G. Like if you've done all that stuff. So and I heard his tones at the end. He said, "You know what you're gonna get. Like you know what's gonna happen in it. That's not role playing, bro. When a woman or a man or anything that you identify as, if it's a tree or wolf or whatever gender, whatever you do these days, yeah, a no is a no, bro. You stop." People can change their mind instantly. So why am I going to want this person around my club? We're doing well without him. We'll continue to do well without him. He's just another player in this world that's probably, I don't know where, that's just done a madness and is probably going to get away with it allegedly, So on the allegations on that, for me, it's just a no from me, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Kaz, look, here's the killer of this. Obviously, the charge has been dropped. He's officially off. Do you think he actually gets reintegrated into the team, though? Regardless of how you feel, do you think Ten Hag looks and goes?
So look, remember, everything I just said, it comes from my view and my view alone and nobody else's. So I'm going to put that straight in it. So, but now that's just my personal feelings and it might not be the correct observation, but my observation is that you can't, on an employment standard, you can't just drop him because he's been proven, well, not proven, or it's been dropped. So you can't actually get rid of him on an employment basis. So Man United might have to run down his contract which is 2027, by the way, another 4 years. So he's going to be there. So the only way I can look upon it is the only way for me as a fan to accept him is if the woman that he's currently with, who didn't press charges against him, by the way, it was overruled by the police, was to come out and put a statement out that can make everybody at ease. Because all it will take is a few goals, some time for people to forget. And that's the harsh reality we live in, right? And then the chance will come out. So if he is to be innocent in the eyes of the people, not the law, then something's going to happen there. I think he's going to end up in pre-season. They're going to put him for a rehab and everything. But this is Ten Hag. You got to think, is this an issue you want to deal with? Because on a PR level, Man United's PR has been better than it has been in recent history. So yeah, man, I don't care how good the football player is. I won't be supporting him. Yeah, that's
Daps, you were shaking your head when I asked Kaz the question as well. Obviously, Mendy's gone through something similar, but has now been proven. Well, if I'm not mistaken, most of those charges, if not all, have been dropped as well. And there's been sort of no talk about that when he was, in my opinion, probably dragged through the mud more than Mason Greenwood has been. And there's more evidence on Mason Greenwood's side. Do you think there's any way Mason Greenwood has a future in football in this country going forward now?
I'd hope not. I hope not. Listen, a witness withdrew their statement. So is the witness going to be charged? I doubt it, right? And only now. Look, we kind of. I remember when this happened and all the talk and everyone was saying he's going to get off with it. We live in an era, right? And sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong, where it doesn't really matter what a court says. It doesn't matter what anyone says when social media is so powerful, right? And sometimes that's not a good thing, but we've all heard it, right? We've all heard it, yeah? The way he spoke is disturbing, to be frank with you. Someone with a daughter is disturbing. The one positive, if we can find a positive in this, is I would hope to fucking God, yeah, that somebody gets hold of this young lad, right? Because we don't know why he has, let's call them maybe anger issues that he seemed to have. Like, there could be very valid reasons. Everyone has reasons for why they are where they are. But I would hope that he now gets the help so that this doesn't backfire on whoever that witness was that's decided to not press charges. I actually think away from this, he, for the good of himself as well, and it sounds mad that I'm thinking that, trust me, I'm not supporting him. I don't think he needs to be a professional footballer. I don't think he needs this spotlight. I think for his future as a human being, he probably needs to be taken completely away from any spotlight, educated, and look, this isn't about clubs right now. And anyone in the chat, I'm
glad you said it, Dax, because I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a City fan. I'd love to slander Man United anytime, but this is not about clubs. And I don't think United, where they're going right now, I don't think they'll have him back. Look, Man City,
this isn't even really about football. This is about humanity.
Exactly that. Yeah, look, it's mad because there is that one thing that you never want to be too harsh on somebody in case they actually didn't do it, right? Because if you come out and like Ched Evans' life got ruined as a footballer, and he went to prison, came out, fought it, and ended up winning the battle and kind of, But in this one, I'm sorry, I've heard it. Even if he didn't do whatever he was being charged for, that was bad enough for me. Like, that's enough. You're guilty of doing something wrong. So I just hope I hope he gets the help. And I hope the girls had the help. And I hope whoever that witness is, if they are close to the female, I don't know if they are or not, but I hope they are there for her as well. And that's all I want to say.
Yeah. Kendall, I'll come to you next. Obviously, we've seen other footballs go through this. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Adam Johnson, etc., etc. Is this maybe the worst case of it though, because it's almost so unexpected from quote unquote the next golden boy of English football? And if so, like, does it? Not to say we make an example out of him, but should more have been done just to kind of put shovel in the ground and say enough's enough now. Like, privilege ends here. Like, we don't care who you are, how much money you make. This needs to stop.
I am obviously very surprised that the charges haven't been proceeded with, based on the fact that it was versus the Crown Prosecution Service rather than a defendant and obviously the victim. So yeah, I am very surprised. I have a big issue with the fact that people aren't understanding the difference between not guilty and simply not charged.
Yeah.
I have a big issue with that because people for some reason are equating the fact that he hasn't been charged with the fact that he's innocent and using that as an agenda to fuel the fact that he should be allowed back into football, that he should be allowed to play for the club again, and defending it and just basically just to push more sexist and misogynistic views basically. So yeah, I have a problem with that. To be fair, I understand where people are coming from when they're saying that there are players currently playing right now who are under investigation for sexual offences, and no one seems to care. No one's, well, other people care, but then it's looked at, oh, you're bitter, because you're a rival, because you hate the club, because you hate Arsenal, it's because you hate Arteta, it's because you want Partey to be like found guilty. It's nothing to do with that. It's for simple human rights and simple crimes. It's nothing to do with football. It's nothing to do with club rivalries or anything like that. There is a victim amongst all of this, despite the fact that everyone seems to just be forgetting about that. Conveniently, there is a victim in this. We saw it, and I think that's made it worse because obviously it was very, very played out on social media and the evidence is right there. So basically he can't get away with it as much as the likes of the number 5, Arsenal number 5, and stuff can get away with it because there's no physical, tangible evidence on social media against him. So yeah, I do think there should have been, obviously legally, I do think there should have been more repercussions, but unfortunately, the way that this world is and the way that football is and money and things like that, I can see it just kind of, maybe not for now, but I can see it being blown over eventually. I don't think he'll go back to the club simply just due to the fact it is a complete world away, but due to the fact of the way that Erik ten Hag handled the Ronaldo situation. It's obviously nothing like that at all, and it's a crime and things like that. But just for the way he handled negativity around the club, I don't think Ten Hag is going to want that there. And the fact that he's doing such a good job at rebuilding and stuff at the moment, I can't see the club going against that and saying no, he's coming back regardless. And if he does come back, I don't think it'll be documented. I think it'll be very hush and kind of, they got Sancho the help that he needed lately for his mental issues. So I really do hope the club obviously follow that, and if there is underlying problems, then get him the rehabilitation that he needs, and also supporting her as well and her family, because as I said, there's a victim in all this. So yeah, I'm really upset by it, just because like it's right there. We all saw it. We all know.
Yeah.
And it shows that this justice system, it's not about justice. It's literally just, it's about who wins at the time and who's got the most resources. And a simple, tiny thing like pulling a witness statement can get you off with a very serious charge. So yeah, it just highlights the inadequacies really in this country. And what else goes on?
Completely agree. For anyone asking as well, if we brought Kendall in because this situation happened, we've got receipts. Like we spoke before this news even broke. So I'm not going to see this news and think, yeah, let's get a female in. No, like, come on now.
People are discrediting Newcastle right now.
I'm here to tick a box, guys. I'm here to tick the diversity quota. You know what I mean? So if you want to put me like that, then that's okay. You can do that. Yeah,
like
better get used to it because you know George's position at the table is a bit.
I'm not being. Do you know what? I laughed there. I can't even laugh at that because Liverpool's is there as well at the moment. So
imagine Kop-Ish without Kopish.
Like kicked off his own show.
I literally might just be the host of this season, next season, and just not even say anything about my club. But Lewis, just to round off this topic of Mason, how does kind of the football world move forward with this? Do you think they've got to kind of address it, or do you think they'll sort of push it under the carpet? What do you think happens next in terms of this whole situation?
I don't know. It's a bit sticky from a legal perspective because the case has got dropped, so you can't legally say that he did anything. That's why, from United's perspective, I guess it's pretty difficult for them You can't really sack him because he could potentially sue. You can't really sell him because like who's buying him with the negative PR that's going to come with it? You don't even want to integrate him within the squad because even that's going to be a bad look. And to be honest, they don't need to. Like, if we're going to take everything out of the situation, like, fact is United are doing fine without him. They don't need that in the squad, and he's got no match sharpness, so there would be no point even trying to even debate that sort of topic anyway. But yeah, the football world only really moves on if Mason Greenwood is out of it. Like, if he's in there in any capacity, that's going to be talked about. It's going to make the news, whether it's in England, whether it's in any other country. So they only move on if Mason Greenwood steps away from football, and the ball's in his court with that one. Him and United could mutually agree to terminate the contract, and he could just move on with his life, and I guess it wouldn't be spoken about as much. But if he even touches like a training ground pitch, let alone a football pitch, it's going to make the news, and people won't move on from it, and rightly so too.
Yeah. This is probably the only time you'll ever hear me say this in my life, but I do kind of feel sorry for certain Man United fans because they're having to defend their club when it's one person who's done this. It's nothing to do with clubs. It's nothing to do with history of a club or anything. It's like, this is where as football fans, I get really annoyed as a football fan. So I'm like, there's a time for banter. There's a time for cussing other teams. There's a time for all of that. This isn't one of those. Like, I'm a Liverpool fan. Like, me and Cass get on, but when it comes to Liverpool and Man United, there's probably no bigger rivalry in England. But I'm not going to use this low-hanging fruit to start bashing the club when the club hasn't done anything wrong. Club won't go in and sending Mason Greenwood out to do what he's doing. Like, so as football fans, we need to be a lot better than this because we're under the microscope now because of this. And if we're seen to be using this to gain a moral high ground or an upper hand on another club, then really and truly you kind of got to look at yourself in the mirror and think, what am I doing here?
Well,
you're not a football fan at the end of the day. You're a bad human being. The minute
something like this happens, right, it's no longer about football. That's it, right? As in, literally, Mason Greenwood did this, not Man United, right? It's on Mason Greenwood, yeah? And to be frank with you, anyone that then tries to use this as slander on Man United. Mendy is slander on City. Partey is slander on Arsenal. To be frank,
Suarez slander on Liverpool. Like, we've all had one.
Do you know what? Every club's probably got one somewhere. Yeah.
Every club.
It's for me personally. It's the area of being a content creator. It's the area of social media I dodge. It's like, do you know what? I'm not going to single out Twitter. In fact, I already have by saying that. But ultimately, it's one of them ones where I'm going to dodge it. That is not the world I live in. Like, it's cool. That's real life. And if you're even using it on a banter level, it's not that. Like, and when you come of a certain age, you'll realize, like, do you know what? Even on, like I said, I don't know it's her dad or whoever it is that has dropped the charges, and there's rumors about payoffs. No one knows shit, right? But there's rumors of payoffs and all of that. Do you know what? Even on that, it's almost to a point with me as a dad. I could say her dad took money to say, let's drop the case, right? It would be very easy for me as a dad to judge that. However, I don't know the circumstances, so I shouldn't really speak on it. That's why the only things I can say is what happened was not right. There's something wrong with him. I hope she gets the help, and I hope he gets the help. And that's pretty much it. And, like, let's keep it away from football.
Completely agree. Thanks, guys, I know that was not an easy topic to discuss and all that, so appreciate that. We are now going to move back onto some football topics. I say more happier topics for you guys. Yes, not necessarily for me. But hey ho, it's my week to host this, so let's go for it. I don't think I can start anywhere else but Lewis on this. The transfer window. Is this the greatest window we've seen from a single English club in January, in your opinion, after the acquisitions you've made? What was it? Something like 36 players you signed this January or something like that? Like,
we got more players signed than wins. It's all mad. That's a true stat as well.
Talk to me. Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you feeling? But I'm seeing the glasses, I'm seeing the suit. Is this literally like the best case scenario you could have wished for in the January window for Chelsea?
Yes, and so much more, because I didn't expect this much. All I wanted was like a midfielder and a right back, and I would have been fine. We ended up getting 4 attackers and a centre back on top of that. That is still early days and everything, but everyone, the new signings, has hit the ground running. And I know the standards are in hell, but they already seem to look a little bit better. So for the first time, I feel optimistic. And the fact that, again, we're doing the same thing in the summer, we're going to have a potentially completely different squad by next season. And that's all that my focus has been towards. Now I feel very confident towards next season. I don't care where we finish, to be honest. Even if we end up out of Europe, that might even benefit us, to be honest, because that whole team has an entire season of just 1 game a week to focus on the league, and they could do whatever if we build the squad to the right level. But yeah, I'm very confident. This probably is the best window, because I don't think I've seen anyone else buy so much in January. And especially looking at what we already have, I feel like we've made visible improvements in all areas of the pitch, except right back. And the right back's coming next season. And that's still fine for us, just as long as Reece
Is that Malo Gusto?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not signed for now. No, he's signed for.
No, he's coming in the summer.
Oh, okay.
But God willing,
stop Man United from getting him. Stop Man United from getting him, basically.
Same thing with João Felix, Mudryk. We're taking everyone's home.
We don't need no Malo Gusto. We don't need none of that, man. We got Spider-Man back, fam. Man found his powers again. You know what he did? You know what happened, yeah? Like, it was the original Spider-Man when he first come. Then obviously, man got the new suit, didn't really work out, and then now he's got found his original suit back to the basics
he's always
again.
Been Peter Parker, bro.
And then now he's got the black suit on now, man. Enhanced powers and that. Man's moving freaky in that. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man. Don't need no Malo Gusto, man.
Do you know what, Lewis? The thing is that I think is, look, it's the age of the players you've got as well. It's the age that they're all young. Like, it does for the first time, and I'd probably say this for the first time for, could it be ever, that Chelsea actually look like they're fully planning a long-term situation, not like before where it's peaks and troughs. It's like, you've done that. We want to build something that lasts a long time. And look, can you really go? You're not going to go again in the summer, are you? You're not.
We are going again.
Yeah, they are. He said they stop where they're stopping.
Money. Plenty of it, bro. We're going again. And then in January, we might go again. I don't even know. I don't know how deep these guys' pockets are, but we'll find out.
Kendall,
do you know much about the players, by the way?
No.
Do I what?
Do you know much about the players you bought?
Definitely.
I mean, Enzo Fernandez is meant to be able to play as an 8 and a 6. But
Oh,
we'll see. Do you know how many players we've had that can play in multiple positions and then we find out they can only play one? I don't know. We'll see. But the bar's in hell. It shouldn't be that hard to raise
I can't believe Harry is going to be managing João Felix. If you had told me Harry Potter is going to be managing João Felix at some point in my life, I'd have laughed. I'd have said, shut up, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. Give us like £1 million. Harold actual Potter is going to be managing João Felix. Do you understand that?
Yo,
Can't get over
Kendall,
it.
I'm going to stick with you on this one, Kendall, because when Newcastle got taken over, everyone thought they would just go crazy. Like, you were in a time you're in a relegation battle, you didn't have the best of squads, but you've done things opposite to what everyone else expected. You've been drip feeding signings. You haven't just gone and splashed a bunch of money just for the sake of it. Do you look at Chelsea and think that's fun, but we're doing it better because of where you are in the league, how you've sort of built your squad up? Or do you look at them and think we should be doing that as well?
Nah, I'm just glad because we've got very low risk in the way we've done it. Like, we've gone in stages, so we're not looking too far ahead. We're just moving in stages. So it's we bought players to stay up last year, stayed up, great, came on 11th, brilliant. Now we're now signing players like Sven Botman's only 22, Alexander Isak's only 22, so Harrison Ashby and Anthony Gordon, who we've just signed, they're both 21. So we're going in stages and kind of doing it the same as them, but on a very low risk, under the radar level. So I'm happy with how we're doing stuff at the moment for where we are as a club, because technically we could spend a lot because our net spend was 0. And we hadn't invested in the club in 7 years and stuff like that. So we could do a lot more, but I'm really happy with how we're going at the moment. I mean, I would have loved João Felix, don't get us wrong, lovely. I would have loved Enzo Fernandez, lovely, great. lovely, come to the club and that. But we're okay at the moment. We're fine. What we're doing is okay. We'll probably, to be fair, depending on where we finish in the league, I think we'll probably go big in the summer. Hence why we haven't spent a lot this window. But our owners are like deathly scared of FFP. They're like, every single time you ask Eddie Howe at a press conference, like, oh, you're going to spend, like, what transfer you're going to get? He's like, we need to stick by FFP rules. Like, everyone's just as if their eyes are going to be on us, but I think they are. I think because of the takeover and the situation and stuff, everyone's eyes are to be like on Newcastle. As soon as, like, look at Chelsea, everyone's like, Chelsea spent 600 million. We spent 91 million last year, and they were like, oh, Newcastle are spending their way to the league, like, they're spending their way at this cup. I'm like, we literally haven't spent nought. Like, we literally spent 45 million this window. Sorry, 48 million, Harrison Ashby this window. Like, wow, Nottingham Forest spent more than us.
Don't worry, we got you a special price for Scott McTominay coming this summer. No.
And if you guys want,
we talk about good recruitment. Yeah, I'm not joking. Don't be surprised if you link with Harvey Barnes in the summer as well, and you get rid of St. Max. Man, you are on the cusp.
Eddie Howe loves the English. He loves the English players. He's like, oh yeah, get English. I'm like, I want a bit of like.
Hi, do we have some players for you then?
Not for Spongy.
I don't want Conor Gallagher. I want like Coutinho, Gallagher. I don't want that. I want like.
You know what, Newcastle? I thought you spending money well and all that kind of stuff, but you are the new Aston Villa or back of 09 when you're doing all them things there. It's all right, man. You got money.
Is McTominay cup tied?
Nah.
I hope to God he scores the fucking winner against you, bro. I really do.
What, just to get signed for them in the summer? I can't believe they're actually pursuing him for the summer.
I thought you were saying he'd gone. I thought you were saying
God, do you think I'd have been on this show if McTominay?
I can't believe they're going to sign Scott McTominay for a good
35. I thought I did see that rumor. I thought I did see it.
You know what? It's Manchester press led. Not one single North East journalist or reputable nationwide journalist has said it. It's literally all
special price because you tried to do it 2 years ago. I want 50 million. From only you guys. For West Ham, 25, 20 million. You guys want 50. I want 50.
50 million monopoly.
You think I haven't forgotten about Sean Shitty Longstaff? No chance.
Excuse me. 2 goals to send us through to the club.
You know what it is?
Thank you very much.
Kendall, it's nice. It's nice and everything, yeah. But I'd rather lose in the semi-final knowing when I'm going to go to a final and lose anyways. I'd rather go out in the semis.
I don't think they're going to lose.
You know the best thing? We forget, yeah, on a wider pitch, I've noticed these things, yeah. Wider pitch, they have to play really tight, which they have to play tight. Emirates, tight. They always have to play tighter, yeah. Meaning they're going forward, they're not as good, by the way. So when it comes to Wembley, another big pitch, like Old Trafford, you weren't that good. Anthony put Dan Burn on his arse. We forgetting about stuff like this. Rashford,
forgetting that was 0-0.
Sancho should have had 2 penalties in one game.
3 points if we were
let's not talk about decisions, Cass, please.
No. Anyways, it's happened to most people this season. We can talk about the last 5 games for Man United. We probably should have had a penalty in each of them as it goes. Even this last game, I was right in front of him. You can't miss him. He's 6'6". But what's it called? Other than that, no, man, we're good, man. We're winning. Break your hearts, 99 all over again. 2-0.
Congratulations.
Yeah, love it.
All right, I'm gonna bring in someone who's gonna be as shameful as he deserves to be. They're top of the league. Guna Lee.
Sorry, I was late, guys. I was just finishing off some adoption papers. I think there was an adoption over the weekend. I think Joe Gomez had to kind of get his adoption papers from Matoma. So I had to just sign it off for everybody. But I'm glad, guys. Joe Gomez has now been schooled and shunned by Matoma, and now he is now fully transformed and transferred over to Matoma's son. Guys, do not worry. Do not worry. I've sorted.
Matoma had Joe Gomez do what? Literal.
Listen. Listen.
A bit like what Anthony done to Dan Burn, isn't it?
I've sorted it. Don't worry, man. We've got rid of Joe Gomez now. There's no more Joe Gomez. It's Joe Matoma. Just let everyone know. And nice to see that this is the original proper Big Six. We've got Carlton Banks here as well in the next to me. So everything's good, man.
You know what I've noticed? This is probably there's no Tottenham. You do not realise.
That's why I said the original Big Six. That's why I said
everyone. How much does this look nicer? Isn't it just a nicer time? I think so anyway.
It is.
It's just a nicer time, isn't it?
Sorry, George, but yeah, we've
Sorry, George. I'm sure you're a lovely person.
I
don't know you, but I'm sure you're a nice person and that, but it's the history of Tottenham, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just a nicer time. I am wearing white though, so I am bring in a little bit of the Spurs, but only in the colour.
Goon and Lee, you went into this transfer window wanting Mudryk. Didn't get your first target, but you did sign someone.
Yeah.
You then went for Caicedo. Didn't sign him, but then you still signed someone else, Jorginho, and you signed a centre back as well. Looking at Arsenal, how well they've been playing this season, the fact they're already top of the league, you could have been forgiven for sort of sitting there and going, look, we can ride this out to the end of the season. Yeah, we can get reinforcements in summer, but as you've said quite a few times, you've learned from what you did last January. You missed out on top 4 because you didn't do that last January. Do you think these players are now not guaranteeing you, but giving you that extra push, that extra firepower to lead you to the promised land?
I think with the Trossard and especially with the everyone keeps calling him J20, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to call him Jorginho. I think we're in win now mode, and we needed players that would be. And I always kind of keep referencing Liverpool. The 18-19 season, you had 2 players that really made a big difference for you, or 3. You had Origi, and you had Shaqiri. Those were your 3 players that you kept bringing off the bench pretty much every single game. And we've got 2 of those now. Now, when you look at our bench, we don't have youth players on the bench anymore. We now have Trossard, ESR. Now, people may not rate him, but it gives him time to come back, and he's not rushed back. We're not doing the whole situation which Liverpool are in now, when they're having to rely on players and rushing them back. We've now got Jakub Kivo, again, looks like a really good player. I'm not going to speak on it, but he looks really good. And then on top of that, you have a really, really serviceable player who we've upgraded on in terms of Onene and Lokonga, who no one wanted at Arsenal because they weren't good. Now we have someone who can come in and do a difference and make a difference. And I think everybody needs to start thinking, currently our team's very similar to that Napoli team under Sarri. And who was one of the most key cogs? It was Jorginho. Everyone keeps saying that he's not good enough. If you go back to, I think it was July of 2021, wasn't it? England played a certain team called Italy. And who was that? And who was in the number 6? And what happened in the whole game? Jorginho. Who controlled the game? Jorginho. So I think people need to start really kind of assessing it. Now everyone's going to say that he's not good enough, but for me, look, I'm not too disheartened with the player.
Lee, when you say everyone, are you talking about? I'm being genuine here. Are you talking about rivals? Are you talking about some of your own fan base?
It's a split. I think it's a split. People, and I think what I said a video yesterday. I kind of think that Arsenal fans are quite upset because of what we were targeting, and now what we've got. But if you look at him as a standalone player, he's a player. He's a serviceable player. But people can't differentiate between, the likes of Caicedo and Mudryk that we were linked to and who we've got. Trossard looks absolutely quality.
Agreed. I don't know if it's you. Trossard could be your starter. Martinelli could now be on the bench. Trossard,
as I said, he could. I mean, there's now going to be discussions because the thing is, Trossard is a very, very good technical player. He can keep the ball. He's very good at those intricate pieces of play. Whereas Martinelli, he's not going to be great against a team like Everton because they're going to be low block FC.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday when we play them, they're going to play straight 4-5 at the back or whatever they're going to do, and they're just going to get back and try and counter attack. Martinelli probably won't be the best player for that, but now we have somebody who we can actually at least bring off the bench. And as I said, we now have your Reece Nelsons, who again, he can make a difference. We've seen him against Nottingham Forest. Saka goes down injured, he comes on and he makes two great goals.
Reece Nelson.
Again,
I think also with Jorginho, you've got someone that's got the experience of winning trophies, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got. Look, I'm not going to say. Trust me, I'm not going to say that he is better than Enzo Fernandez, right? Mm-hmm. But with Enzo Fernandez, Arsenal needed someone for this season, for right now, for the title. So you needed someone that's played in the Premier League, knows how to play that role, right? I don't think Lewis even expects Enzo Fernandez to come and set the world alight this season. Nope. We know how old he is. It's for next season. You're going to do your business in the summer. I think it was very good business by Arsenal. You got the two things you needed.
And as I said, for me, look, honestly, when I think about, I watch a lot of basketball. Big up to Sammy. I've been talking to Sammy on Twitter, if you know Sammy, or Instagram. really, really knowledgeable guy, and he knows that I watch a lot of basketball, and he watches a lot of basketball. I'm in a win now mode. We needed players to win now.
Yeah.
We're not here for the Modrics right now. Unfortunately, as much as we wanted them, I think that what we should have done is gone for these kind of well-known, established players that can come in, and there's not a huge drop-off. Modric looked good, but how do I know I can rely on him game in, game out? And listen, I'm not here to kind of slander him. He looks absolutely brilliant, but am I going to be unhappy paying? Well, am I going to be happy paying £90 million for 31 games 31 games in Ukrainian league at 22 years old? Some alarm bells are there for me, but he looks a great player, so I'm not going to slander him. But yeah, overall, look, on top of
you just did kind of, but
yeah.
No. I'm just saying more. I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about the fee for the amount of games he's played.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not my issue. Isn't the player? I'm just talking more about the actual.
No, it's cool.
Overall.
When I talk on Cancelo, I'm going to make him sound like the shittest left back that we've ever seen.
Yeah, listen,
I get it, bro. I get it.
Man City fans have been doing, but yeah, overall, listen, man, I'm glad everyone's got their sunglasses on. People are talking about this and that, because this season, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling nice, man. I'm feeling good.
Well, that's perfect segue to yourself. When the news about Cancelo came out, I think a lot of fans gasped, but you've been pretty vocal this season about the lack of form he's had. Look, he's a great player, especially going forward. He reminds me a lot of the whole Trent criticism.
Yeah.
Although I don't think he's part of the spotlight like Trent is. But this season, he's not been himself. And Pep's been very vocal about going at like the team and the players and the lack of appetite and the lack of desire. Were you shocked to see him down?
You know what? I was right.
And also, what will you do with left back for the rest of the season?
Instantly, my DMs start popping off of every single City fan in meltdown, asking me if I know anything and what the reason is and what I think. And other fans giving me, oh, I've heard that Foden's going to play at left back. It's like, can we all just calm down and see what Pep does, please? I know nothing, yeah. But one thing I do know is we might have got to the root of what is going on at our club, right? Because, look, like you said, defensively, it's not just me. He's been at 5 clubs in 5 years. Inter Milan didn't take him permanently when he was there on loan because defensively they didn't think he was good enough. At Valencia, they switched him to a right winger because defensively they didn't think he was good enough. But in the right system, he's like Trent. Yeah, you provide the cover for him to go forward and do what he does best. And all of that is great. My bigger issue is that the last 2 years, business end of the season, he's dropped off and Zinchenko's had to come in. Both seasons, right? Because in big games, he drops off. Not business end of the season, he's not the same. But reportedly, where this started was he returned from the World Cup. Remember, Portugal dropped him as well. And he returned back, apparently stropping left, right, and centre. Didn't play the first game against Liverpool. Then against Chelsea in the Cup, he got played right wing. And at halftime got dragged. That's where it started, apparently, the him and Pep thing. But when you deep it and find out what really happened, in training, he threw a ball at Pep, right? To the point where Diaz and Foden had to get involved. Yeah, Diaz and Foden had to get involved. Foden got a bit of a telling off for getting quite heated. Look,
where did it hit him?
Foden can't even defend his own man, to be fair. So I wouldn't be putting him near anyone.
But you know what, Dash? Can I ask you? Like, you see my thing with, like, and again, it's not you, Dax. I have seen a lot of Man City fans say this and that about Cancelo, but you see all you're saying. These might be all valid things and right reasons and points, but the issue the issue I have is no Man City fan said any of this stuff before. Yes,
of course they didn't.
No, but no. You see, even your point you said about, he's been on 5 different teams in 5 years with 3 loans.
Yeah,
that is true. But no one's spoken about it until
I didn't know that until someone said it to me. I did know that defensively he was poor. That's documented, and the business end of the season. But bro, we can put all of that to one side, and you should know this as an Arsenal fan because Arteta's done it, right? Forget all of that. Forget his form. Let's say he's the best left back in the league. Let's say he's only ever been at City his whole career, right? If you are a bad egg in a dressing room, of course. Right? Arteta did it. He got rid of them all at Arsenal. Same thing. Yeah. Pep had to, because when you are a manager relying on your system, you can't have people in there disagreeing with your system. So based on that, he had to go. Now, my issue is how we get over it.
I wasn't talking about the bad egg thing. I'm talking about all the other stuff. People saying about how his form and stuff, like talking about that. Now they're highlighting that and talking about all these intricacies. He's not played well. Yeah, they're starting to agree with the whole trend.
Yeah.
And Cancelo. People are now only mentioning.
Like you just did on Mudryk.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, but no, I'm saying that I'm not being shameless. I'm actually keeping it real. I think he's a very good player. I'm just talking about the fee, not the player. Whereas I think what Man City fans are doing now, you are starting to literally mention things that are, you didn't mention 5 days ago. You wouldn't have mentioned 6 days ago. So that is only my
some of them. I agree with you, but bro, don't get it twisted. There's a big online presence of City fans that are in meltdown about selling Cancelo, like calling him a club legend. Bro, he's been there for 2.5 years. Like, it's mad. It's the way of the world. But listen, we had to get rid of him for the good of the club, right? We had to get him away from Bernardo Silva. But what I'm more interested in is what we do now. And that's like, and what do? We hope Ake stays fit? Or does Pep do another one where he turns, I don't know, Mahrez into a left back? I don't know, bro.
Listen, I just want to thank Cancelo for handing me the title. I'll be honest with you. I'm very, very thankful.
What did you say?
He wants to thank Cancelo for handing Arsenal the title.
If you think that hands you the title, you're being naive. But
that's what I was going to ask you next, Daps. Do you think Cancelo leaving diminishes or hinders your title challenge?
Yeah, of course he does, because he's not our main left back this season, but we've just been speaking about how everyone needs rotation. Now we don't know who our rotation is. So yeah, 100%. But I think the way Pep must have seen it is he's going in the summer either way, because apparently when it came out, City's stance was we carry on doing what we were doing anyway, which is working on our deals for the summer. Left back, central midfielder, left winger. That's our stance. We don't change our stance because of one situation. So I think Pep must have thought it's better to get him out of the team right now than to leave him round players and potentially have more players wanting to leave. So, look, it's very simple now. This is my stance on the rest of the season. For City to win a single game, whether it be Tottenham, Arsenal, or to win the league, or to win the FA Cup, or to win the Champions League, we need our best players to step the fuck up, right? Because they haven't. If we step the fuck up, it does not matter what any other team does. We're better. We can beat anyone in the world, right? But if we don't step the fuck up, we could also get beaten by Southampton again. It's that simple, bro. Like, this is on us now. I've been saying we will win this league based on how good we handle pressure. Now, that's it. That's all we have. Simple as that.
Can I just say my last point on the whole, everyone's going to say that Arsenal can't win the league because we've got young players, but you're now potentially relying on Rico Lewis. It's the same kind of talk and that. He's never ever been in the title.
Yeah, who's saying that?
No, everyone said that. Everyone said that Arsenal are young. We're going to struggle because we've not been through it. We don't have any leaders, etc. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, if we play Rico Lewis, we don't win the league. We need Kyle Walker back playing his best.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if now he's your backup, or you're relying on him, or he's going to be like playing the majority of your games, that's now going to be a big.
We won't win the league with him as playing the majority. In my opinion, we don't win the league with the team that played you last week. Yeah. Which is the team based on our form, that's not good enough to win the league. That's why I keep saying we need our best players, our senior. Bro, we need Walker back. We need Bernardo Silva playing his best. We need Laporte back, Diaz back. We need them back.
Pep loves a social experiment, doesn't he? Like, he loves let's just get rid of every single fullback to see how far we can go. You know what it reminds me of? You know that tweet that went on ages ago, where it was you know what? I believe in my hustle so much that I even asked my landlord to up my rent. That's how much I believe in my hustle. That's literally Pep. He just wants everything to be so hard that when he inevitably wins, it's going to be oh my God, look what he's done without these players. He just loves an experiment. He's psychopath, honestly.
I'm the best.
There's no way the window's shut. There's no way that any City fan can come out and tell you how they know how we're going to win the league at the moment. Yeah, it's stupid to try and do that. But same way, no rival fan can tell me that if City get their best players back playing the way they do usually in the business end of the season, that we can't win the league, because we can. So it's simple down to, can he get these players motivated? If he can't, Arsenal take the league. It's as simple as that.
Really? Big man. They're on I'm getting motivated.
Kaz, I'm gonna come to you now. Manchester United, Weghorst, Sabitzer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I sit there as I'm envious. As a Liverpool fan, I'm envious. We know we needed a midfielder. You lost the midfielder through injury. The next day, you got one wrapped up. They're not the most glamorous names, but you guys are fighting for top 4. You're not fighting for anything more than that this season. Do you think this is smart business from Ten Hag as opposed to Man United business, which has been let's go and try and get the biggest name possible for the brand? And do you think that will potentially help you to get top 4 this season?
Yeah, of course it is, man. No, you can't turn down a player caliber of Sabitzer. Are you mad? You know what I mean? Like that's gave me the actual, dad joke, bits of this, bits of that. I'll credit him. I used it on United stand. Don't mind if I do, But now that's gonna be the line. If I don't let him score, if he scores, I swear down, I'm gonna make sure that it rings everywhere around Man United social media. But gotta find a song for that now. But yeah, it's great bit of business. I can't lie. I did not think that was gonna happen. Like I'm actually still shocked that we got someone like Sabitzer because he's a pressing monster. He's a box-to-box player. If anything, I think he suits the Man United current 11 more than Eriksen or Fred does. It offers a little bit. He's like a balance of in between Fred and Eriksen. He's not got the best playmaking skills. Of course, he's not a playmaker like how Eriksen can do it or a passing range. But at the same time, he's not gonna. I suppose he isn't gonna have that same thing that Fred gives, off the bench, this, that, and the other. But what he is physical. He's a box-to-box. He's got a long-range shot on him. And again, he can press around the pitch, and he's probably more suited to Casemiro to allow him, to free up a little bit. But my only question is, though, of course, with any person coming into the Premier League, he was homeless.
Listen, I thought I was busting the eyes and Barry, man. Listen, man. Let me live.
The only thing with him is can he come and fit in like a glove straight away in the Premier League, innit? Do you know what I mean? But as long as he can do some pressing stuff and do what we need to do and get higher up the pitch, that's all I really care about, man. It's the fact that I'm surprised that no other club, other than, of course, Chelsea tried to get him as well. Did you know that, by the way? They wanted him. They were too busy.
They didn't want him. They just wanted to fuck you up, bro. It's what they do.
Kills me.
No. He was strongly interested in. They were going to also loan him. They were actually wanting to loan him, but they were too busy with the Enzo deal. That we
get your transfers in quickly, bro. Todd Bowley's around.
Anyway,
you're not even comfortable in your own ends.
I'm around.
You know what? I do want to congratulate Man United because there were 2 Dutch forwards brought into the Premier League this season, and I think the clear winner is in Manchester. The clear winner is in Manchester. That there were 2 Dutch forwards. One that kind of came off the bench and one that scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals in the World Cup. But listen, one team got pump faked, and the other one is you look shining right now. So well done, Kaz. Well done. But listen, it is what it is.
All I'm gonna say is I think I need to take charge of Liverpool, not just to mess you up even more, but I'm thinking, look, you spent 50 million as a package on Cody Gakpo, who still hasn't made his debut yet. Yeah,
no, it's not 50 mil. It's not 50 mil.
It's a package, bro. It's a 50 million package. That's what we do. Callum, I don't think you understand.
Amazon.
No.
Hold on, guys. Can I stop you? Lewis has made it fine to spend money. Yeah, so let's not argue over how much we spent. Yeah,
no, it's not about the money spent. But this is we have to go with the times. People do packages now.
This section you guys, isn't it?
You know what the maddest thing is? When a player flops, right? It's then we do his original bid, But when he's actually doing right, you don't care about what the package costs because he's doing okay. So Cody Gakpo cost you your 50 million M's, yeah? Conrad Lima is at where he's at the moment. I think Leipzig still, maybe, or whatever, playing DM. You could have got him a pressing monster. Sabitzer on loan. And you could have got an Amrabat if you really wanted to, if you didn't want him. You could have got, and then let me remind you, you could have got Sabitzer on loan. Yeah. And then you could have also got Trossard for 21 million, where instead you decided to go for Cody Gakpo.
Sorry, who decided? Sorry, Cass, who decided?
Well, I don't know. Is it pick one? Basically, get 3 straws, Daps, put them in your hand.
No. The board said there's money. Who decided?
No. This is Liverpool fans for you, Daps. Yeah, get 3 straws, right, okay. Whatever you want. Pick one. One will be Klopp, Pep Linders, or FSG. Take your pick.
No, Cal, who decided?
The Pep Linders one's gonna be like that big because everyone just wants to blame Pep Linders for everything. Like, literally, like let's just blame Pep Linders. Pep Linders felt he brought that book out and it just the downfall of this club.
Don't
I'm just saying
that
at 50 million, you could have got Trossard, you could have got Amrabat, and you could have loaned Sabitzer. Done. Great bit of business. There you go. People that will probably suit Liverpool to a T. And since you got technical deficiencies in Nunes, wouldn't it make sense to go get someone a bit more like Luis Diaz, tricky on the ball, Trossard, letting go to Arsenal instead? Your club stinks.
No, hold on, Cass.
I just don't get
Callum,
it. I just don't get it.
Cass, hold on. Callum, who made the decision, bro?
It's Pep. Don't worry. It's Pep Linders, man. Don't worry. There's no point. There's no point talking about Liverpool and this section. I'll be honest, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. This is what it feels like to get right in your own house. Yeah.
If you can get away with it,
I'm not going to get you in trouble, Cal.
I'm actually helping Callum here. I'm actually being serious. There's no point talking about Liverpool fans because they are literally exactly like how Arsenal were 5-6 years ago, where the fan base is split. So talking about Liverpool is genuinely pointless because they don't know what they're doing themselves. They don't know where they are themselves. All they're going to do is either try and deflect the blame off the manager or then talk about the board and then say that, this is the new one. I can't believe I heard this the other day. Klopp's now somehow sort of lost it and he's upset and he's moaning about, he can't control this and he can't control that. He's now going up. Now, if any of our other managers said that, they would want them out the door. But with Klopp, he gets a reprieve because somehow he's a legend. He deserves a statue after 5 years. Listen, it's going to be really spooky if Arteta gets the same amount of Premier Leagues as Klopp. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but it's going to be spooky.
So basically,
sorry, I deflected Man United talk to Liverpool in it, but
basically, I invited you all round for a barbecue. You rushed me and then robbed my house. So I see what it is.
But obviously I'm over the moon, man. I didn't expect it because
guess who dumped into the police.
I have to do it, man. You know what it is?
Pep Linders got blamed.
I just can't believe we got someone like Sabitzer on loan, man. I'll be real.
Right, so that's it. Here it is. And look, I've been heavily criticised, but I'm gonna stand on this until I'm proven wrong. Cody Gakpo, that decision was Jurgen Klopp. I think Pep Linders had a big hand in it because it seems as though Jurgen Klopp only listens to Pep Linders nowadays. But at the same time, Jurgen Klopp's the one that says yes or no to sanctioning something. I think Jurgen Klopp signed a new contract last year, which gave him more power. I don't think it's a coincidence that we've seen two sporting directors, one leave and one about to leave, and Jurgen Klopp getting the players that he wants in to an extent. On the Gakpo signing, again, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and be like, yeah, I wanted Gakpo from I never wanted Gakpo. But he's not the worst signing in the world. The problem is it was the prioritization.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
And I used this example yesterday with Matt when we were doing a preview show. Let's say I get invited to a wedding at the weekend and I need a pair of shoes and I got £50 to spend. I can get a nice pair of shoes, £50. They don't have to be designer as long as they look nice with the suit. But then I've gone to a shop and I've seen a pair of trainers that I really like. But instead of now buying the shoes, I've bought a pair of trainers and I've got no shoes to wear to the wedding. It doesn't make sense.
Well, you're brilliant at these. Sorry, I heard you do another one about your wife saying, "Cal, the tire on the car's fucked." So you go out and buy a boot organizer.
Yeah. That was mid rant. That one came from the soul. That one, I can't lie.
But that's it for me, and that's where I am kind of like. It sounds to me like FSG have said, "There's the money. This is what you've got. It's not great. It's certainly not Chelsea money, but this is what we've got." And when people said to me at the time, when you bought him early doors, Gakpo, I said, "I presume they're now going to go on and buy a DM, right?" And everyone's like, "No." Then Klopp came out saying, "No, that's it." I'm like, he's bluffing. He's bluffing because he's prioritized that. I do get with Diaz injured, you needed that, but you needed a DM more. Like, it's that simple. You needed a DM more. And yeah, I think you're right. I think at the moment, the biggest issue, like, do I think Klopp should go? No. I think somebody needs to come in there and the structure needs to be put in a place where there is somebody, because it almost feels like at Liverpool at the moment, you've got the owners, then you've got Klopp, and you've got no one in between just getting a feeling for what's going on at the club and kind of going, whoa. Yeah. And I just think he needs to be taken back to, you're the manager, you're the coach, we'll do the other shit. Like, but
But
outside looking in.
It isn't Klopp. It's Pep. People, we need to get that through people's minds. We need to.
You're trolling at this point.
No. And that's the thing, right?
That is true. The only reason why they got Nunes is because they got Haaland.
People keep saying that I'm actually trolling. I'm actually being so serious. You are in exactly the same spot Arsenal were in with the fan base 5 or 6 years ago, where you can't decide. You can't, and that's why I just find it all funny. Like I said the other day, you guys are trying to copy Arsenal from 5 or 6 years ago, and that's what's so disappointing. You saw how much of a mess we were in, and you are doing exactly the same thing. And our Liverpool fans need to start to get with it. I watch all the Liverpool content because I like to watch football. I watch Chelsea content. I watch new content. I watch everything. Everyone knows I watch Never a Foul all the time. I see what Liverpool fans are saying, and they are saying sometimes it's almost a bit like hokey pokey. 1 foot in, you got 1 foot out. It's Klopp in. It's Pep's did this. It's the book. It's fish. Some people say, "Oh, look, we've got Jerry James. Big up my guy Jerry James. He's Klopp out now. Jamie Phillips. He's Klopp out." Like people don't know where to play the blame. So there's no point talking about Pep now, and there's no point talking about Pep. There's no point talking about Klopp. You guys need to decide where you want to have your energy, where you want to make your energy go, and then you can be from there. Like that. That's for me. That you need to start thinking about it. Man United.
Does Pep Linders actually exist? Does he definitely exist, or is he just an alter ego that's come about?
Have you ever seen Pep and Klopp in the same room?
That's what I'm saying. I think Klopp's made him up.
You know what it is? It's like the Matrix. You know the two ghosts. You know, like it's just they're not actually there. You know what I mean? In real time, they're just
it's all in Klopp's head.
Lingering in the mind. They're all in the mind and the Matrix.
It's like Jekyll and
literally
Hyde.
that. Yeah, man. I don't know. For me, if I was a Liverpool fan, which I'm not, obviously, but if it was Ten Hag that came to the club, rebuilt Man United as he's currently doing, won a few trophies, in the first season he fucks up, I would not be Ten Hag out. I would be backing that man all the way. The ones that Klopp out, I get it. Football is football, and it's a business. It's been business, and you want to move on with the times. I get it, but you're telling me that man, as much as that means you can't, as fans. Sorry, Jerry James and the rest of the people with the long names. All of them channels there. Sorry, I can't think. It's just I just don't get it. It's not
Jamie Phillips.
You know what? It's Jamie Phillips football chat.
I get it.
Jamie Phillips football chats. It's like I gotta remember it. But
He has got a long name on his YouTube channel's a long name. Yeah,
I personally wouldn't be Klopp out because I think he's deserved to have a shit year when the team is in the shit, when everything around it's in the shit.
Yeah.
So sorry for swearing so much. So for me, it's just like he deserves another year. Get your new board in because clearly it's a mess and people are dropping like flies. See where you go from there because you can see what Klopp's done before. And I don't think his tactics exactly outdated. I just think he's probably at this point where he's making all the decisions for himself.
Yeah.
So, you know, like
mode, bro, sometimes when you're in defense mode, who better to rely on than yourself? So
and do you know what though, right?
Clearly he ain't got no talent ID though. I'm just saying he's got horrible talent ID, Klopp, by the way. But you know, that's where you need the help. He's got other tools, but he's just one of them. That's fine,
thing, right? That's the thing, though, because and that's as well.
Pick up Jamie, by the way.
I don't necessarily think it's like it should be a Klopp out thing, but Liverpool fans deserve of all responsibility. They literally make it seem that it's everybody else. They literally are now saying that he's given up. He looks depressed. He looks sad. That's why he's making these bad decisions. If that was any other manager of any other club, and they said that they were letting up. It's like Arsenal fans allowing Pat Rice from all those years ago to start making decisions for Arsene Wenger. And if can you imagine that that's the case? Now your fan bases are starting to negate the blame away from the manager. I don't get it. You can put blame on Klopp. Klopp does make mistakes, you know. Klopp's not the best person to.
The problem is though because they used to use Klopp as when you were going in a bad period before and you had all the injuries and that I used to be like, it's fine because we've got Pep. Now Pep's part of the problem to some people. So it's like, what is it? Like, can he get you out of it? Is he making it worse? Like, it's just. There you go.
They used to say Liverpool fans used to say, the reason why we're so good is because Klopp's the equalizer because Man City spend money and then.
Wait, Lee, can I interject there as well? Pep Linders was also the reason why they also won the league and the Champions League. But all of a sudden,
You see Pep Linders, man.
Sorry, I'm convinced he's not real. From sorry, I'm just deeping it, yeah. Like I'm only really
really enjoying this section, innit?
I love it.
And it's the fact that his name's Pep as well. It seems like I don't know. His name's
like
Pep.
one of them football myths, like where you don't see Burnley play throughout the season, even though you only see them play your team. Like they don't play any other games throughout the season. You just watch them play you, but they don't exist. They're like just there for a filler place in the league. Like that's Pep Linders. Like he's just a myth. He's a myth to make like everything seem good around Liverpool, and then all of a sudden we blame him because there's actually he's not there to get blamed.
And he's got like a best-selling book, and like
don't mention the book, Daps. Leave the book alone, Daps.
Lord of the Rings at this point, isn't it? I heard one good.
I'm not doing no voodoo or nothing with it. Bro.
I've heard one good thing for Liverpool though. For you guys, you're linked with the director of football from Dortmund, Michael Zorc. So if he's to stay, maybe you go get him and get that going again. And you got to rebuild that board, man. He just stinks of Man United for the last 10 years. Bored, don't know when to get centre mids, don't know when to actually do a good deal, don't know how to do anything, mate. Like honestly, that's where it's looking like, and that's the direction currently for you guys. So someone's got to change.
I put pretty much 90% of the blame on Klopp. I don't understand how this guy gets away with murder. I genuinely don't. I don't understand how he gets away with getting excuse after excuse. I don't understand how he gets to play Harvey Elliott. I don't understand how he leaves Carvalho out. I don't understand how
he was doing this 8 years ago. Remember when he blamed the wind at Wolves, and then he blamed the long grass.
You know what's mad? You know what's mad? Go on, sorry.
The other day, did you hear what you said about Arsene Wenger? He had his 1,000th game and he said, at least I didn't lose it like Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
This is meant for the guy that is meant to represent. And listen, everybody knows how much of an amazing institution Liverpool is.
You're just scared of Chelsea. That's what it is.
But he's meant to represent that. He's meant to represent this holier than thou club. And he comes out saying slander like that on a great manager.
What did he say?
He said that something along the lines of, like I think it was in the game. I think did he draw or win or whatever it is, and he mentioned that at least I didn't lose like Arsene Wenger. People, it's mad. But if someone else did that, it's nasty.
Like Grandad Arsenal's just sat at home, like doing nothing, like doing his little FIFA work and that. And that's shocking. I don't like that.
Shocking? Is it shocking? Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll give Cal some help. It would be very Liverpool-like though, for Liverpool to go on a Champions League run and win it, right?
That's ain't happening, bro.
If it does happen, you know how shameless I am going to be about
bro, listen, you and Chelsea, I've never ruled it out anymore. You're still the only
club we've lost to all season.
No, we've lost to a few, to be fair.
Yeah. I preached that.
I'm going to lie. We didn't.
Yeah, you did. Just to us.
No, I was thinking about Liverpool.
So here's where I stand on this. With Klopp, I actually agree with what Lee said. I do think he gets away with murder, but I'm far from Klopp out. I know there are some sections of fans who watch our stuff who actually think I'm Klopp out and just won't say it. With all due respect to those people, I don't fear Jurgen Klopp or anyone who's saying Klopp out. I want
Pep Linders going to be knocking on Callum's door.
Yeah, like you people jump in my DMs and say wild stuff anyway. So what's the worst that's going to happen? I am not Klopp out. I'm fully Klopp in. But at the same time, I'll use an analogy of my wife again. I love my wife to bits. But if she is annoying me, I'm going to be frustrated with her. Doesn't mean I'm going to divorce her in the morning. Like, there's a big difference. And I think it's so black and white with some people. It's like, you can be annoyed with someone, but still love that person and still want them to be around.
Football only deals in extremes, that's why.
It's crazy to me. It's
you're delusional, you can't be realistic. You
know what is mad? You know what's mad, Callum?
You
know what's mad though? Yeah, we all scream about players being loyal in football and stuff like that. But how can you even be a fan if you can't even be loyal to the guy that brought you your lows? Look at Arsene Wenger, an Arsenal fan. That took a long time, man.
It took from the Arsenal perspective. Just saying to interrupt you, Kaz. It took him a long time because he had so much power. He decided when he wanted to go. But in truth, he should have gone after the first. He should have gone after the first FA Cup. He stayed an extra 5 or 6 years, and that's my thing with Arsene Wenger. He did all of that in the first 10 years to build up that kind of leverage. Say, do you know what? I can do what I like. and we had this stadium issue. We didn't have any money. It was clear he was really suffering. But he got to a point where he was the actual root of the issues. And I'm trying to say that now Klopp is the root of the issues at Liverpool, but he's dissolved of all of that blame. People just keep mentioning, oh, he's done this.
I think if you gave Wenger money, I think he'd cook in this day and age, man.
No.
So I'm laughing. Someone just put in the comments.
Never had money to spend, man.
So someone just put in the comments about Cal, your wife did win the Champions League. She didn't. She did carry 2 of my kids, though.
Hey, hear me
that woman.
Hear me out, Lee,
yeah.
Team with Wenger, yeah. Every year he would get you top 4. And now all we scream about these days are top 4, bro. Like getting there, securing Champions League. You never had money to spend throughout the other years because your board was the way it was. You give Wenger a bit of money to actually spend with the board you got now. You're telling me you ain't cooking?
Nah, because he was a dinosaur tactically. He lost
player loyalty and all that.
Player loyalty, like he kept giving contract. I mean, look, Coquelin was serviceable, but he shouldn't have been given a new contract. We had issues with Adebayor, we had issues with Van Persie, and again, he giving Van Persie to Man United when he could have kept him for that season, and I think we would have won it. But he wanted the 24 million, and he obviously got in humanitarian. So look, I'm not saying that he's not one of our greatest managers, if not the greatest that Arsenal ever had. But I realised that it was time for him to go, and I just think that ultimately Klopp he's not the same guy that he was 3-4 years ago. And people keep mentioning this. Well, he's done this. People are saying that he deserves a statue. I just want to shake people's heads. The guy's been there 7 years.
He does, Lee. And this is where I disagree.
No, he doesn't. This is big bad Liverpool that Matt.
No. And Lee, can I say a comment, by the way, Cal? David Massett says, I've supported Liverpool for 47 years and I've never heard supporters like Lee and Cass who are having a one-season wonder, and don't get me started with Newcastle. Let me get started on you, yeah? Because let's talk about your 7-year wonder, this 7-year wonder.
Hold on,
what was you
this isn't on you personally.
It relates to statues. You want a statue of Klopp, right, Cal? And yet this guy talk about one-season wonder. Yeah, we're having our best season in like 10 years or whatever you want to call it, right? No, but you're having a stint of a wonder, like you did back in the 80s, like you did here and there. Your one-season wonders when you won Champions Leagues. But I have to take that comment.
Quite a few trophies, to be fair, Cass.
Probably the most successful English
No. But what I'm trying to say, in the Premier League era. Yeah, the Premier League era, you had one-season wonders. You never won the Prem, ever. And this guy wants to come with comments like that. And I'm coming for one-season wonder. I can't talk like this. Yes, you might have been around for 47 years, my guy, but I'm 20 years your junior. I've been around when I've seen it all. That's why we've got the famous song, We've Won It All, mate. So don't comment about statues. Why should he have a statue after gave you a period where he should have won more anyways?
Because there's context to it. Eric Cantona is considered one of your greatest players, right? How long was he at your club?
Huh?
Eric Cantona is considered one of your greatest players. How long was he at the club?
Like 5 years, got us four.
All right, and
four Premier Leagues. But
you see him as a messiah. Why? Because he came in and he changed you guys from being a team that could challenge to being the pinnacle. When Klopp came into Liverpool, like, does everyone remember where we were when he came into Liverpool? Like, we were getting moved to by Watford and all these teams. He completely revolutionized the way we play, us winning stuff, the way we are now. He did that. In the same way, people will talk about Shankly. Shankly did that as well. Shankly's not our most successful manager, but everyone looks at Shankly and goes, he's the guy that changed it. Klopp's the one that's changed it. Now, granted, at the moment, he's doing a madness, but we'll leave that to the side for now. But as things stand right now, Jurgen Klopp 100% gets a statue at Liverpool.
No, he doesn't.
Because without him,
I just want to say, David, I hope you're having a great day.
David. Like, I'll be honest, David. We block people on the channel, David. So please don't become one of those. Like,
by the way, he didn't say anything wrong. By the way.
Okay.
I think Cass just took it quite.
No. I'm obviously, if you don't know, in it, I'm a bit loud in it. Like, David never said anything wrong. I was just coming off his quote in it. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm thinking you can't say one season wonder with Manchester United when you support Liverpool, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, in the Premier League era that we're talking on.
I'm actually quite glad that he said that we were a one season wonder because we haven't even done that yet. We're already there. You know what I mean?
Talk about getting brave. No, it's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's nothing. No. David, don't. I delete your comment.
Okay.
Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry.
No,
you didn't say anything wrong.
I thought you said something
You
wrong.
didn't say anything wrong. You didn't say anything wrong. Yeah, no, I hope you're having a crap. I hope you're having a crap day, but I mean, because you support Liverpool, but I mean, do you though, innit?
But I'm gonna be real with you guys. Klopp for me, I don't want him out. And even if Klopp finishes in the bottom half of the league this season, the statue doesn't get built straight away, by the way. But give it a couple of years, let us simmer down a little bit. He gets a statue at Liverpool.
Listen, right, I'm not being funny, but we've got one for Bobby Robson and we haven't even won a Premier League. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just because he's a legend and like...
It's not just it's not just about what you win, Lee. I hear what you're saying, Lee, but it's not just about. You have to look at
where he's got a trophy. He didn't win the Champions League. If we want context,
I'm sorry, Cal. You cannot say.
All right, but hold on. Has Wenger got?
Lee, Fulham had a bloody Michael Jackson statue outside the ground. What did he do for them?
Hold on. Has Wenger got a statue at Arsenal?
Then Chelsea should have a statue of Mourinho.
My point was, if you
I'm fine with that.
And Tom only can afford it.
That's crazy.
All right. The reason I say because Lee, it's one season out of what he's done. Like if this was a regular thing, then obviously Klopp's not getting a statue. But I've got to look at all of his other seasons as well. All of his other seasons, in my opinion, for the most part, he's kind of overachieved considering the competition and what our resources and our owners don't really give a damn and all that. Again, this is not me making excuses. It's just observing what I see.
Do you have statues outside your ground?
Who? Liverpool?
Yeah, I think you do, don't you?
Yeah, we've got Shanks.
Oh.
No, Klopp don't deserve it, man. You at least perform a decade and do something significant. Like keep it going.
He has to get a statue.
No.
Nah,
Listen, I don't care about the statue. I'm talking more about like you just said the fact that even if he finishes bottom half of the table, how do you get away with saying this?
Salah's getting one in the summer. Don't worry, Salah's
you can understand why Wenger gets a statue, even though he didn't accomplish a European feat or anything. It's the way he. It's like with Wenger, I just
that was me being shamelessly.
That's madness. Like what? Like if he finishes bottom half,
that was me being shameless. But the sentiment stands. Like he has to get a statue. He has to.
I suppose he's won every cup, but I just think at least have a decade of being there, you know, and being consistent at the least. Not when half the fan base want you out. Do you get what I mean? That's what I just don't think you should get.
Half the fan base, believe me, half the fan base don't want Klopp out. And I'm not even sitting here berating the Klopp outers right now. I don't agree with them, but I can't sit here and be like they're stupid and they're crazy because they've got grounds to be Klopp out right now. I just don't agree with it. So I can't.
I hope if they build a statue, they put white teeth on them. That'd be class.
At least don't have a Ronaldo statue, please.
No, it's got to be the Klopp. It's got to be Klopp with the glasses as well. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be the glasses.
What happened to his blonde hair, by the way? Like just kind of vanished all of a sudden.
Honestly, the laser eye surgery ruined him. I don't know what. Maybe he can't see.
That was his tactic guy. That's his tactical
maybe he
icon.
can't see tactics anymore. But the laser
eye
surgery ruined him.
Getting a bit sketchy,
maybe
it
penetrated his brain or something, and now he can't do things. I don't know.
I'll be honest. I'm Klopp in. Where the longer that guy stays, I'll be honest, the worse you guys are gonna get. I
can't lie, but no, you say that now, Lee. But if they get some correct signings and some proper midfielders, everything changes again, man.
It's the owners. So here's the thing: we need new owners to prove to us whether it's the owners holding us back or Klopp holding us back.
Yeah.
That's literally where we are. If we get new owners and Klopp still behaving like this, oh, believe you me, I'm
the same owners that got you all your other trophies, by the way. Yeah.
No, Kaz, don't do that because if I was to say the Glazers got you stuff, you'd kick off.
They did. Well, currently at that point,
all right. You won stuff in spite of the Glazers. We won stuff in spite of FSG. You know that deep down.
All right, you got me there.
Yeah, I know I did. Yeah. you can't say anything back when I see the scarf in the background, bro. I
don't want to talk about
speaking news. Do you want to throw some money or something while we're talking about owners?
Yeah.
I'm just going out the back to get me can of oil. I'm just going to go and get the olive oil.
So, guys, if I read out super chats and all that,
I got done like Sully to Jamie.
I'm just going to go around the circle. Is this the best ever January transfer window we've seen in England? Kaz, I'll start with you.
What? It's because of Chelsea. They outspent the top 5 leagues all put together. I mean, technically,
the manager.
Technically, you could say so. I've never seen a January so active. Let's put it like that. I think a lot of that comes from the World Cup as well, though, being a part of the season. So, yeah,
that's a good shout. Kendall.
I think this transfer window has been weird. It's been like weird sides, like Danny Ings going to West Ham.
Just because you got Anthony Gordon, man.
It's like a weird. Oh, can we just not speak about my transfer window?
60 million.
What's to report? Not much. So yeah, actually, I preferred last January. Everyone because Trippier, Bruno, Daniel Byrne, you know what I mean? So last season. But I don't think it's been the best necessarily. I just think Chelsea have obviously just taken the headlines and
you hear that shameless laugh? You lot gonna have that? Bruno, who else have one? Yeah. Yeah, giddy.
I'm enjoying myself. I don't whinge about my club like everybody else because.
Really, Kendall?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was doing a bit of digging, and I saw a lot of Mike Ashley stuff about.
I hate Mike Ashley.
100%. Yeah. Don't do no moaning about your club.
Bad things on Mike Ashley. Hi, Mike, if you're listening, and that.
Okay, you don't moan about your club.
So yeah, but in the last
Princess Diana, your club.
I'm a glory hunter, obviously, because I'm only happy about my club now that we're doing well, like everyone else. So I don't mind being a glory hunter, but yeah, I don't think it's been the best, but I guess January.
So you got Princess Diana and Lewis got Britney Spears this January. So you know,
Lewis, is this the greatest January transfer window?
Look at him, he's getting his money ready.
Oh yeah, it's been amazing. Such a great window. Nothing wrong with it. 10 out of 10. Brilliant. Unbelievable.
10 out of 10. You still got Aubameyang up top, by the way, just to let you know.
I would rather him up top than the other options. Trust me. I wish he had more game time.
Listen,
number 9 coming in the summer.
Who? Nkunku.
Yeah. I think
three number 9s. Let's go.
9,000 billion pounds.
Man said 3 number 9s, you know.
Can't lie though, Lewis. If you spend another 200 million or whatever in the summer and you don't win the league, that is an L.
Tomorrow's problems are tomorrow's problems. But today, the rich. I don't care.
This is the Lewis I've been waiting to see.
Yeah, same.
Look what money does. You know when they say like you're not ugly, you're just broke. That's
money don't make you happy.
Chelsea right now.
I feel happy.
Guna Lee, is this the greatest January window in Premier League history?
It's probably up there. Do you know what? Outside of Chelsea, I think Nottingham Forest, they've actually got some mad players in. I think Keylor Navas as well.
Yeah.
Madness. They got Andre Ayew today.
John Joe Shelby.
John Joe Shelby as well. Listen,
Christopher Wood.
You sold them 2 players.
Yeah.
So,
but to be fair, we were never going to get 25 mil back for Chris Wood. To be fair, ever in our lives. And
is that how much you spent on him?
Yeah.
And he's got
25 mil was just a week in Burnley. That was what it was.
Yeah, we did it. Our job was done. They went down. So and then John Joe Shelby, if we played 2 more games, he triggered a extension on his contract, so that's why he's gone. And we've got 10 mil back for John Joe Shelby. So yeah.
You got 10 mil for Shelby?
He went Forest, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
How much is Chris Wood
got 10 mil for Shelby?
How much is Chris Wood?
Chris Wood's a loan, but he's got a very simple obligation to buy, which is 15 million in the summer, so it'll be triggered anyway.
So you're making your Chris Wood money back, basically. Yeah, cool.
Oh my
and we've only spent 20 mil on Anthony Gordon.
Man said 15 mil on Chris Wood. That is a shock. That's shocking from Forest.
Dan Ashworth, unbelievable.
Yeah, he's serious, man. I'm hating.
Still. I think also when you look at it, Wolves, they've done some really good business. I'm hoping that they turn you over on Saturday as well. I think they brought some good players in. I like what they did.
So you don't say your true feelings or anything, Lee. Just
listen, man.
I'm still on the fence and that.
Listen, man. Listen. The more Liverpool go down in the dumps, I swear that it actually gives me endorphins, bro. I'm actually being so serious.
Late night.
Listen, yeah. Well, I'm at my mum's today, so I'm chilled.
Not date night.
Daps, is this the greatest Premier League transfer window 100%, in January?
We snuffed out a rat and got rid of him, so I'll claim that one. Nah, I mean, listen, for Chelsea, it was great. I mean, for my club, it was very underwhelming. But listen, wait till the summer. It's not going to blow Chelsea away, but we're going to get busy in the summer. It's what it is. We can't always spend, so.
Yeah,
we're just here collecting off the Pedro Porro signing, buying a little Argentinian for 8 million. Let's spend champions. I know all of your fan base will love that. So.
Buy some players to win the league back from us. So in the summer, get ready, man.
Okay.
Get ready, man.
Let me read out these super chats. Musa says, "Hi, Kendall with the eyes." All right, Musa, bro.
Are you flirting with this Musa? Like,
yeah, I think you definitely flirting. DJ says a City fan trying to chat to Chelsea about fans. Our fan bases are different stratospheres. Even Callum knows that. So respect yourself.
Sorry, what did I say about Chelsea fans?
No, I think it was tongue in cheek. I think it's been taken out of context.
Oh, wow.
Look, I'm not getting involved in no. I'm not getting involved in no back and forth tonight. Musa says also a reminder: a 29-year-old footballer had his bail extended last week until July. The press can't release his name. Yeah, not great.
Wait, how old?
How old? 29-year-old.
How old is? Wait, let me check.
No. Let's.
I'm not saying it. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
It's only one of two players. So.
Yo.
Joel says club can't just get rid of him if not guilty. Very true. Jay says, does the FA have a personal conduct policy? I know in US sports they have it, and Greenwood would be suspended for 2 seasons. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Calm says, went to school with Joey Gomez. A lot of men didn't take football serious, but he did. It pains me to see him struggle and getting laughed at. You'll never walk alone. Pains me.
Oh my God, Calm, man, you just made us feel bad. Like
you lot should feel bad. You lot should feel bad.
So Joe Gomez, honestly, like
the way Joe Gomez is playing right now, that guy is not taking football serious, man. I don't.
He must have been vibes at the school disco.
Any man that lost their surname, any man that just lost their surname on adoption papers.
Wait, David Jameson. How do you know about Forest Hill Boys? That's mad.
You're not
right,
serious.
excuse me. Musa, I really thought this situation was going really well, and I was taking the eyes really nicely. But honestly, that first name you're just not allowed to mention, Nimi. Seriously, this shelf here.
How do you know about Forest Hill? That's mad.
Torres. That you don't mention that name drop offs. All right.
Big up Torres.
This one hurts though. Between Torres, Sanchez, and Fabinho, who's had the biggest drop off in the shortest amount of time?
Not Torres.
The panel.
Yeah, Torres.
Not Torres.
It might actually be Sanchez, to be fair.
No, it's definitely Torres. No, you know what? Torres actually got a Champions League for thingy. I'm gonna say Fabinho, man. I can't lie. I never expected that.
Torres was better. Torres was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, but because he was on that level, yeah. But for just like Fabinho,
when he left Liverpool, but when he was at his best at Liverpool, my man.
At his best, he was unplayable.
Yeah,
can't lie. You know, I've noticed a common thing. It's always coming from your club. So
no, Sanchez was yours. Sanchez was your club.
No, don't ban Sanchez. It's definitely not Sanchez, but Fabinho.
Remember the piano?
Sanchez was doing
that was his best feature.
Beethoven, bro.
You can't. I'm not even trying to be biased. It's see Fabinho's drop off is one of the maddest drop offs I've seen ever.
No. But if you actually look at it, it is actually Sanchez. Like when you look at it, everything in context. It's definitely not Torres because he was injured and he moved to Chelsea. And yeah, that was a bit of a different situation. When you look at the Fabinho thing last season, they almost won a quad. And he was instrumental with that. You look at Sanchez, he literally stopped playing as soon as he got to, the situation at Man United. Fabinho at the start of the season. Yes, the season at the start of the season, Fabinho was actually not bad. Like he had bad games, but he wasn't bad.
Yeah, but I can say the same for Sanchez though. Like I'm not trying to back him by the way, because I think he's a rat. Yeah, but for Sanchez, it's like at least he got a few goals still and everything. There was a couple of good performances. Like he got us into a final. I was there. I watched it. The head off against Tottenham and all that. I was there, bro. But Fabinho, I haven't seen one good performance this whole season, and it's mad. It's mad. No, I haven't. Because I remember I haven't seen one.
Sensational super chat, fucking hell, kicked it right off.
I haven't seen. I personally look. I said I haven't seen in it. I mean, I probably haven't watched most matches. I haven't actually watched most Liverpool's matches because I like watching you lot lose, innit?
I bet you do, cuz. Snake Eye says Klopp is part of the problem, but so is the board, FSG, Pep Linders, along with the injuries. I don't blame the injuries because I actually think the injuries are because of Klopp and the coaching staff. I still trust that Klopp will figure it out, but he needs to stop doing the same thing and expecting different results. Facts.
Look, Pep Linder's name's even Pep L. I'm having concerns here now. Like, I really am starting to wonder
about his mental health.
Bejan Barnes says, I don't know what you heard about me, Carefree.
He's doing a 50 Cent tune. You got
yeah. Should we all do it together? I don't know what you heard about me.
Yeah, all together.
I'm not
I can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see. That I'm a mother PIMP.
G-Unit. There we go.
No, it's no. It's
Only unit. Sean says, this will be the last chance for Arsenal to win the Prem. Lee, if you bottle it, it's an L forever.
Listen, I don't disagree. I think next season is going to be quite difficult. So, but yeah, I've guaranteed the Prem. So, well, not me. Cancelo did, so it's fine.
I'll be honest. I actually don't think this is. If Arsenal don't win it this season, I don't think that this is it for them. Right? Like you look at the age of their squad, and the players are maturing at the same time. They'll be up there. They will be up there.
With the players,
it's more. I think it's more like this is.
Can't you just go back to being how you were last season? Do you know how much fun I had taking the mick out of Arsenal last season? Doing up memes and
we've got youngest squad in the league.
Hey, Callum, you know it's gonna be now, man.
I'm a fan of Arsenal, actually.
It's me. It's gonna be me now.
Nah, man, it's just gonna be all season. Talk to me nicely, man. Talk to me nicely. That's all it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be like that for a minute.
People think I care. If we don't win another league for 10 years, I'm actually right now. I'm not bothered. I've gone 19 years.
That goes to show your ambition as a football fan. That's why there's levels between my club and your club.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying I've gone so long that right now I'll take anything. So if you give me one and you said to me right now I can only have one and not have another one for 10 years, I've gone 19 years without winning. It's actually been so long that I'm desperate to win it. So yes. I don't care about that. Obviously,
for the next 10 years, then, yeah.
No. Of course, I want to, but I'm just saying, if
first one is the sweetest always as well. First one for a while is always the sweetest.
Yeah, trust me. Darth Callum says Todd Bowley a G, but mess with the PSG owners can't end well. The PSG owners might not be there for much longer, so I'll be honest.
I'll be real. PSG owners need to look nice to Bowley. Otherwise, we'll just go and take Mbappe or something.
Yeah, you just I'm not gonna lie.
We'll take your whole club and we'll turn it into Vitesse. We need feeder clubs. I'm sure we could use a Parisian market or something.
Can you say you're turning into Vitesse?
Can we go back to like last season when the Abramovich was getting all like the banks were getting stopped and that?
Oh, please, we were still champions of Europe then. I'd love to.
What I love about my manager at the moment is that we're actually, you lot don't know this. I'm actually not allowed to say it yet, but the actual clubs, 2 clubs, feeder clubs for us for next season. I was going to say, innit? Something's going to happen. It's like City now. They got a Japanese club and they've also got a flipping. You actually bought a club in Brazil, innit? Well, it's the new wave. It's going to be the new wave, man. You want it on all the top talent.
Yeah, it is. You have an agency over there to look at players, work out what players are good, and then put them there to a certain age. It's probably not. It's actually probably not correct in some sort of way. But listen, it is what it is. With these men spending the money they're spending, I think it's all gone out the window.
Yeah, it has. People, we are going to bring the show to a close there. Please make sure you smash the like button. But most importantly, guys, after this video, you'll see links to all of the panelists' channels or social medias. Please go and support them. They've taken time out of their evening. Started this at 10 o'clock, almost 12 at midnight. Thank you guys for joining. Much, much appreciated. We will be back tomorrow night. Me and Matt, I think. Yeah, it will be call-in show. So make sure you guys call in, have a little chat. And then Saturday, way back to game day. Can't wait to do a review of Liverpool.
Wait for the loss at Molyneux, man. Can't wait.
Oh, mate.
Man said you actually might be you might not even be in the top 10 come Saturday.
Oh,
I know.
Please. If ever I need is Saturday, yo,
it is D-Day today. I'm waiting for that post match, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna do that Kel Brook thing. I'm gonna roll my arm up, and I'm gonna just inject it. I'm gonna inject it.
You're gonna do what?
Yeah, I'm
gonna get the sweet.
To be fair, I haven't seen that Kel Brook one. I saw the other one, but fucking doing that as well.
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen it. I've seen it too. But yeah, listen. Either way, I'm gonna inject it either way, up my nose or inject it either one.
My name's Kel Brook.
We don't condone that, by the way.
I can't text you and Lee in that.
But all that content, oh my god, I can't wait.
Kel Brook looks funny, man.
This is what's gonna happen though. This is what Callum's gonna do. All right, people. I don't even want to be here, man. I had to think about
You want too much of Kopish, Lee. You want too much of Kopish.
I don't even want to be here, man. It's not even any point.
Do you know how hard it is? I've got such a busy schedule in life in general. To come on here and just get ridiculed is a lot, you know. Like this, it's really messy with me this season.
I know. I wonder if he'd say, oh, "Bro, I had to. You know what time I had to wake up? 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to take Robbie to football.
That sounds like
and I have to
Drifty
watch. I can't wait.
Nah, that sounds like Drifty's like, no. I swear, I didn't want to
man.
Saturday's actually my busiest day of the week, especially when Liverpool are playing. So to watch them and then watch them lose and then have to talk about it in public, miss me out, man. Miss me out.
Listen, man. Please, Klopp in. Hashtag Klopp in, please.
Yeah, I'm with that hashtag as well. Klopp in.
I'm in it for a different reason than you, man. I'll be honest.
That's looking like Canelo Alvarez. See, I'm not gonna lie, you lot got short memories. I'm not even trying to start anything, but you know, I wore a dressing gown on the show once, and since then I get people saying how Cal's getting massages behind the scenes and all this, like, and you lot let that soft tonight. This is how I know you lot just look for me and just start trouble. But nah, I love you all.
I swear we do it like every weekend, Daps though. Like when we're on lives, we always want the dressing gown.
Yeah, that's because you got nice communities. Our community is just.
What are you trying to say about Kopish?
They're looking for smoke and they're looking to give me smoke a lot of the time.
Well,
rough.
That's your Klopp out.
And now, people, such a pleasure doing this. Thank you all for joining us. Until we see you tomorrow, stay safe, stay blessed. Team Kop-Ish from out, people. Take care. Big up, Lewis.